Yo, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Gurren Otaku Council podcast. As always, I'm your host, Ace.
And I'm your host, McMillian.
And we're back for another week of beautiful anime, but this week we have another Netflix anime review where this week we're going to be reviewing the Netflix anime movie Blame. But of course, if you would like to join me and my friend McMillian here as we discuss all things anime, sometimes manga, then make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as well as follow us on our social media so you can stay up to date on all things about the council. With that being said, the council is now in session. Let the meeting begin. All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to today's meeting. Let me cut my gauges down here. I think I'm a little too loud.
That sounds. I mean, you're right.
Here we go. Just cut it down a smidge bit here. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming to today's meeting. So last episode we mentioned that we was going to be doing the Reincarnated as a Slime movie review. However, unfortunately, there are no showings around my theaters right now. And I don't believe the Blu-ray has come out yet. So I couldn't know there's no way to do it on Blu-ray, or it's not on streaming service yet either. So unfortunately, can't do that as of yet. But whenever it does come out on Blu-ray, or maybe back in theaters again or whatever, whenever I can watch it, then we'll get the review out.
It'll hit Crunchyroll at some point. I don't know when.
I believe.
But yeah.
But in the meantime, we decided we still wanted to give you guys an episode because I will be gone for this week by the time this is airing. And we decided to continue our Netflix series, and it was a horrible idea.
the anime we decided to go with was a horrible idea. One might say.
Oh, man. Okay, okay, I guess before we get fully too deep into it, I just got to get my initial thought out the way. It's like I hate it, but I don't hate it. I don't know. It's like it was bad, but it was good at the same time. It's kind of a hard feeling. It's like I wanted to like it, but I couldn't. I'm just talking a bunch of shit right now. Because I just really can't explain how I'm feeling.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Sometimes it'll leave you like that. I, on the other hand, am not in this camp. This movie, don't waste your time. No,
see, because I'm not willing to go. Don't waste your time that far yet. But at the same time, I'm feeling where you're coming from.
I mean, we'll get into it. There are parts of it that I like, but majority of the film is filled with stuff. I'm just like, I just don't. I don't care. I don't. So, I don't know.
Okay, all right. So let's start from the beginning, right? We're gonna start from the beginning. The movie starts. You just see these people running in these mechanized little suits. Just running through the city. Cool little. Broken down, apocalyptic, futuristic type city vibes going on. So, it's starting off good. Like, okay, what we got going on? Oh, yeah, and they got guns and shit, too. So, they suited and booted, basically. Just running through the city. And I'm just like, okay. All right, so, they start running for a while. And then they finally, run into the enemy or whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Fight the enemies. A few motherfuckers died. Like, motherfuckers dying already at the beginning of the movie. So, I was like, okay, all right. So, this is going somewhere. Fast forward. The children, it turns out that they get saved, right? They get saved by this man named Kiria. And basically, Kiria is the key to everything. This man is just, first of all, we don't know where he came from at all. It still don't explain. I don't even think he knows where he came from.
It's said that he came from the lower levels of the city, but that's about it. Like, we don't really get too much detail into exactly where, but lower levels is what we have.
Lower levels. And he comes back and he basically goes back to their settlement, finds something that's been hidden in their settlement for presumably hundreds of years, because they don't really say how long they've been there. They just really say like a long time.
Well, what is it? The robot lady human thing, which I'm gonna get to that because that pissed me off. Said she was asleep. She been down there for well over a couple of years because she said like she was down there for like
Yeah,
out like
so basically, yeah.
she
So
did
the
this.
robot
She
lady
did
is
the
basically
Senku
what they
thing.
find. Yeah, so they go down into the basement of the village. All the villagers basically don't go there because all the elders used to tell them, it's cursed and all that. So everybody just ghosting all this bullshit. Stay away from over there.
Mhm.
So but yet again, Kirio's like, I need whatever's down there. They go down there. He finds a robot head. The robot head was like, "Hey, I'm a scientist." Okay, whatever. I set up this perimeter to keep y'all village safe. All this was because of me. Let's go. Y'all, I said basically since I helped y'all out, let me go help y'all out. Well, not really, because she was like, let me go help you out, Kyria. Because basically Kyria wanted to stop. I guess we also got to explain this. God damn it, we went too far. So the city is overrun by robots, basically. A long time ago, of course, humans ran the robots, but just classic, the robots,
Eventually,
turned on them and killed everybody,
for
basically.
whatever reason, they don't really explain why.
Well, they said because the humans lost a certain gene. So I was assuming
that I mean, yes, but why did they start? Are you telling me they woke up and was like, "Oh, you ain't got this no more"? Death.
Yeah, there was like basically the contingent happened. The contagion happened. So I'm assuming the humans got sick or something and then altered their DNA in a way to where the robots didn't recognize it, because like maybe it was like biometric type of thing that was going on.
So this is an issue to the people that watch this goddamn movie. Are hard pressed to remember why shit is happening. That's not good.
I mean, we're not hard pressed to remember why shit is happening. They didn't tell us why shit. This is the explanation they gave us.
That's what I'm alluding to. That's what I'm alluding to. I didn't want to come out exactly and say it, but that's basically what I'm alluding to.
This is the explanation they gave us. So yeah, robots, they turned on the humans, started killing them. And then eventually, for whatever reason, there's these other robots called builders, and they actually keep like doing what they name. So they build on the city, and the city, they don't know how far the city has expanded. So basically, the world is basically just that giant city that they don't know how big it has gotten so far.
We got to the part I like. Really cool concept. Holy shit! Like you got giant builder robots just doing shit, and you need them to stop because like how much world is left? Like what the fuck is going on? And they fumble it.
Is all the world just the city now?
But my thing is like they fumble it. They waste it. I don't. How
and that right there is what I'm saying. Like the concept is so fucking cool to me. It's like like I said, I want to enjoy the movie because I like the concept of it so much. But at the same time, it was just so many parts. They just could have executed on it better.
So much more, but oh my god!
But like I will say though, the intro was clean as fuck because the intro
started strong.
I'm sorry, you can go.
Oh no, I was just saying it started strong. I agree. It started really strong. Everything else.
Oh man, but I'm just giving the brief. We're already halfway through the movie anyway. So brief, we go to the factory to make we got to make something for whatever this lady wants because it can simulate the gene that Kyria is looking for, and that's the guy that the children found that saved their lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they get to the factory. Of course, they craft it, but oh my gosh, the factory also crafted a whole bunch of the machine killing life forms, and so now they're running for their lives. They escape. They go back, but and I actually kind of fuck with this though. So, and tell me you didn't like this plot twist.
Okay, hold on.
And so,
go ahead.
Okay, and so after they get back from the factory, they make it to the village. I was like, all right, so this is the climax now, everybody. All right, Kyria, we got what we need. I'm going to connect to the network, but while I'm connected to the network, you got to protect my body. Now, this is way before everything starts going down. The city is safe.
Wait. Mm-hmm. You just because if you're watching this and you're like, there's a disconnect. The scientist lady, when they got to the thing that made was it techno something gene? I forget what it is. Also made her a new body, or she implanted herself in a new body.
Yeah, when they went to the factory. I mean, that wasn't really important.
I'm just saying because you came out of nowhere. It was like, all right, I just wanted to make sure they understood. Yeah. She got a new body out of like
Yes.
nowhere.
Yeah, so she also crafted her new body when they went to the factory to craft the other device they needed to actually connect to the network to make all the robots not kill humans anymore. So, but we're back in the village of the people. These are the survivor humans that we're following on the main story, and she's basically she's telling Kyria, all right, we got the device we need. I'm about to go connect to the port. While I'm doing this, I can't move. I need you to protect my body. Cool. Now she's saying all this before anything even starts going down. We presuming we're safe because we're back in the city. We got our perimeter up. Everybody chilling. Now, what I did forget to mention, I did this on purpose. When they went to the factory, of course, a lot of them died when they went to the factory. But some of them did make it back, of course. But one of the ones that did make it back, they got infiltrated by one of the enemy robots, and they destroyed the perimeter defense. And of course, the village just starts getting flooded with all the other minion soldiers as well. They called them what's the name of these robots? They call them safeguards. There we go.
Talking about the ones that look like humans, right?
Well, they're all called safeguards.
Oh, I thought it was okay. I thought it was only the ones that look like
the ones
people.
that look like humans, just an advanced safeguard. So yes, an advanced safeguard sneaks back in disguised as a human, and like I said, breaks the perimeter defense, which allows the minion safeguards, the little foot soldiers to come in and raid the village. Now, push comes to shove, we have a crazy battle between Kyria and the advanced safeguard that's stuck in the village. Ended, of course, with Kyria winning. Unfortunately, the advanced safeguard stopped old girl, the scientist robot lady, from hacking the network, but she was able to find out that there's some other levels of the city that aren't being patrolled by the safeguard because there's just abandoned levels that already patrolled through there. Probably already killed all the humans down there. We're good to go. They don't patrol the area anymore. That's basically what happens at the end of the movie. They all go down there to the hidden, lower levels, abandoned levels, and Kyria just stays searching for his gene. And you're probably wondering, why the hell did I just give you this very, very fast, elaborated summary of this movie? Because that was the movie. That was the movie. What I just said was the movie. That was it.
There's a lot of fluff that he just basically like cut away, but that is essentially the film.
That is the film. And you're probably wondering, well, that doesn't sound of anything of substance, and you're correct. And then now you're probably wondering, well, why am I still listening to you talk about this movie then? And I would say to you, that is a good question. Because
hopefully it's because they like our content. They want to hear more of our thoughts.
Because I like in the beginning said, he just ready to just throw this movie away and say, fuck it, I'm
gonna tell you why first. But yeah,
a little part of me wants to see another movie simply because I like the plot so much. I just think they just need to execute.
You like the premise?
Yes, I like the premise, like the world, the setting. Okay. I like that.
You said you like the plot, and I was like,
okay, let me go back. Not the plot of the story, the premise, the setting of the world, the environment that the characters are in.
There we go. I just wanted to make sure because you got it sounded
basically the world. I like the world, and I just feel like they have a good world, they have a good setting here. We just need to execute on our plot better. And so that's where I like I said, I'm not on the fence of just completely throw it all away.
I like the premise. I like it a lot as well. The reason I'm in the camp of just throw it all away is because they wasted so much, in my opinion, by filling it with characters I do not care about. At the beginning, before me and Ace hit record, and he said, let me look up the character names so I can talk about it. I said, who? Not I, because I didn't care about any of them. Oh my gosh. They do a terrible job making you relate with these people. And also, the things, what is it? They don't explain the struggle enough of it. They're like, we're electrofishers. That's what they call the people that leave the village. And we go find sludge for people to eat. I was like, why is the sludge edible? Sludge is not normally edible. How does this work?
Why not? But you got to think about it. Like if you're in a city that's expanded for you don't know how long, there's basically no nature there. What else are you gonna eat?
But my
and see, that's what I'm talking about. Like the setting, the premise of the world is so fucking cool.
But it's not necessarily what are you going to eat. My thing is like why is what is making the sludge nutritious? Why can you eat it? Why do you look healthy?
I mean, it's probably just
the leader of the city had some heft. The leader of the city had some heft to him.
He did have a look.
And I was like, how the fuck did he get like that? I will
say, for a city that claimed they was running out of food, my man did look well fed.
Yeah. And I was like, how the hell he get like that if y'all eating sludge? Make it make sense.
Well, one of the, there was a sick character that we never did get to see that they kept talking about.
I present you the issues. I present you the issues.
Oh my gosh!
But
hilarious.
But like, hold on. I meant to start off with what I liked about the film first before I start ranting. It's just that was so. I was like, what the how? So the premise. It's a very interesting, solid ass. Like you're stuck in a city that is constantly expanding by the builders, and they talk about, like, for instance, like that people used to be able to control these things, like the robots, and all of a sudden they just turn because of the contagion. What is the contagion? They don't really go and explain that. What is the techno organic gene?
But I will say, I when I was looking up some stuff about Blame, it seems like this isn't like the only, like this isn't the source of material. So maybe there's other manga, stuff out there.
I think there's a manga
as well, and so maybe they actually explain this stuff. And
I'm not fault. See, here's my thing though. We're not reviewing the manga. We're reviewing the movie. And
I'm just saying, sometimes anime movies are made in context with the people who read the manga. That's all I'm saying.
Sometimes, and I'll give it that if that is what this is. Maybe it's better than like what I'm saying it is. Maybe it's a good adaptation for as far as like that is concerned. But this seemed like a first part of a story, kinda like it was. It seems like it was supposed to introduce you to something, maybe. But also, it seems like we should be following Kiri or Kiria either way, but we don't, and that is maybe the problem. Because what is it? Like the premise, again, like I was saying before, is solid. Like you have this city that is on the brink of like basically not being able to inhabit humans, and it's keep expanding, and you can't talk to these giant robot like god things to stop. And then you have the mini robots that I wish someone would explain, were they there to help them at first or something, or like what they were originally, their purpose? Because
maybe not. They was probably created to during the time of whenever the contagion happened, because they look like their only purpose is for killing humans.
I'm just like the way they moving. Also, also, I mean, again, I'm not only supposed to be talking about what I like, but they should all be dead based on how those robots move. There's no way a human can outrun. I don't care what, because they weren't.
Well, to be fair, they weren't really outrunning them half the time. Majority of the time they did have to stand their ground.
I'm sorry. You said that, but the thing that contradicts it in the opening part of the movie, I know like 2 or 3 of them died, but there was the girl that we were following for a while. There were 3 of them on her, and she was outrunning, keeping the same pace. I'm like, these things are on all fours.
She got that movement.
They don't never say it.
Listen, when you got that adrenaline build up in you and you're running for your life, you're gonna be moving.
But we eat sludge, Alex.
You gotta remember,
eat sludge. What is the fuel?
Listen.
Where is the fuel?
I'm not here to talk about what the body is running off of. It's not running off of sludge at this moment. It is running off of adrenaline. Whatever she took before that, I have no control over that. But right now, we're just running off adrenaline. That's what we're running off of, pure adrenaline.
It's just crazy. it's just great. There's so many like disconnects. Oh my god,
pure pure adrenaline. You know, I didn't even think about the whole sludge concept until you brought it up, and now I'm pissed that you brought it up.
I'm sorry, that's such a big thing. That's such a big
pissed.
thing. The human body needs so much to work, and I'm just like, what is the sludge also water? What's in it? How are y'all able? To do all
but
this?
what really killed me though is when they brought Kyria back, back to the village. Right, they brought Kyria back to the village. They, of course, there was no hesitant at first, but the elder, they call him Pops, the elder of the village / leader. He, Pops was a little on edge at first, but then Pops did a quick 180 real quick.
Real fast.
Pops did a quick 180
real fast. Now, granted, I mean, they had the barrier or whatever, so it's supposed to technically keep out people, but like still, I don't care if he was human or not. I really felt like they should have kept that gun on him until they interrogated him some more, but they would completely okay.
I mean, well, they gave him food, but I feel you. After I'm with you, after many generations, it's the first human we seen. We still gonna be, you brought us food, but we still don't know where you came from, homie.
Like until that moment, you guys thought y'all were the only living people
out, yeah,
out here. Y'all not gonna interrogate him just a smidge.
And then when he comes here, he wants to go to basically the most sacred place in the village, and you're just like, yeah, okay. Let's go. I mean, he's probably gonna go anyways, what he was doing, but still, no, just like, yeah, no, I got your back. No, not no.
Like,
let me. Why do you need to go down there? Like, let's talk about it a little bit more first. Let's ride.
Exactly. And
let's ride, Clyde.
And I could understand that if he saw Kyria save the teenagers,
the children,
yeah, but he didn't. For all he knows that these irresponsible ass kids came back empty-handed, but with a person. we not gonna question this, like just a little bit. No, we just all right, cool.
Yeah, and then a little bit,
and then he gave them food, but at the same time, this is food. You have been eating one type of thing for years, and you're not gonna like. I don't know how they would have tested it. But I felt like that was
but at
hella
that point, would you? The only way to test it is to eat it. So somebody has to be brave enough. Which somebody did. Even when they was testing it out, with the people in the background. I'm just saying, the people in the background was chatting. Was like, "Oh, he's actually gonna eat it." Like you can hear them, like mumbling in the background and stuff.
It was just so funny to me. I was like, y'all just all super okay with this kid dying. All right.
I mean, he was a soldier. They're already okay with him dying. They let him go out the city and fight death robots.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. I was unfair.
So of course we're gonna let him taste out the mystery food for everybody.
I guess that's true. I guess I was unfair.
Rather, the young can do it anyways, because if something wrong with it, he has the most likely chances of living. He young, he can handle it. He got got that immune system.
I'm just saying, they said there was a sick person on the brink of dying. They could have gave it to him, been like, okay, well, if he survived,
not take out the sick dying person.
He ain't paid. Let him go.
That's how you feel.
Let him go.
Let him be a sacrifice for
If I am that sick,
let him finally be of use.
If I am that sick to the point where people keep talking about me but don't bring me on screen, it must be bad. The world is already shit. Why are you keeping me here?
Because her sister wants her to live. She is still young.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but God damn it, have you asked?
She's still young and full of life, for all we know.
Because
we don't know.
The city is shitty.
Question:
why would I want to be?
Did they? Well, weird question is, we don't know if she died or not. To be honest with you, because of the assault on the village, did anybody go get her?
Did we honestly? No, that's another thing. The assault on the village. Kyria was using that laser. Did people die to that? Was there collateral?
People died to that.
I'm saying, was there collateral from that? That's a big the ending.
Remember the one that Kyria used?
Yeah,
I would hope not.
Because he did it in their city, and I'm just like, and that was one of the things I thought. I'm like, while I understand he has to use this, are we sure that there is no collateral damage happening right now? Because niggas live here.
I don't know. Basically, if you do watch this movie, you watch it for the intro and the ending.
That's true though. That is, I mean, and what the factory scene, because I like that the when they went to go to the factory.
Oh yeah, the factory scene was dope, but it was so like cliche though, like you knew it was gonna happen.
It was. I mean, you did ask my opinion on the twist, and I don't know if I gave it, but I thought that was okay. Like, if anything, that's one of the highlights.
You did answer. Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry, that's one of the highlights of the movie. Because I did not. I don't know how that worked. I wish they would explain it just a bit. Because I was like, did she jump in her body, or did she cover herself in?
Well, no. Well, they showed it. It looked like the robot, the safeguard had old girl. I think her name was Ty in her hand, and like she did some scan to her, and then she had her face on.
But I'm saying, why does that allow? I was just wondering, why did that allow her to pass through the barrier?
The barrier out. That's a good question.
Because she's still a robot. Like that is, if she didn't change her internal stuff, she's just.
I mean, well, they said she was an advanced safeguard. That's all I can tell you. That's all we got to go on, because she's advanced. That's all we got to go on. Maybe she's advanced enough to where she can actually bypass the barrier.
Mm-hmm. And also, I just felt like it'd be interesting if we got a little bit more advanced safeguards. I mean, the one
they
was
could
cool.
barely handle one. What do you mean more?
I just wanted to see the interaction.
That one was going crazy. She killed so many.
She did.
It had to have been only like 30 that's lived. Maybe not even that.
Mm-hmm. Also, the one thing that's this movie I wish to explain. I know Kiri is supposed to be like a human, but
she's like, it looked like he's part safeguard too.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, you're able to scan.
Or he might be an advanced safeguard. That's why he was able to cross the barrier.
True.
Because
that's what I was thinking. Because I was like,
they alluded it to that at the very beginning of the movie. He was like, I heard about safeguards that look like humans. And
then later on, we found out an advanced safeguard companion. So maybe he is. I just felt like, I don't know. The fact that he could scan everybody and nobody was questioning it was weird as hell to me too.
I mean, they probably don't even know they was being scanned.
Well, I'm just saying he says something about it when he meets the scientist. Where he was like, you have the contagion. And I'm just like, no one gonna ask him how he know she got the contagion? Y'all didn't even know the contagion was a thing until just now. No one gonna ask how he know?
No, they knew about it.
Wait, they said they didn't know about the
No, they knew about the contagion because remember it was they passed the stories down through the ages.
Well, but they didn't know about the original gene that like
the gene. Nobody but the elder. Yeah, nobody but the elder.
He even said it's been so long since I heard it, and it didn't sound like he was passing that shit down either because all of them look confused.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he was going to eventually pass it down to the next elder.
Eventually, we are dying. We're eating sludge.
Stop saying that. We're not eating sludge anymore. We were eating sludge. All right, let's get that correct.
I mean, he left. They about to go back to eating sludge.
And we don't know how long they've been eating sludge. He said they ran out of food, so they had something before that.
I would hope.
They had something before that. We don't know how long they've been eating sludge.
I really hope. Because this shit.
You just basing their whole come up off. They've been eating sludge all their life.
That's what they said. I have nothing else to go off of. There are no animals. What are they eating? They gave me one thing, and it was sludge. That's all I have to go off of.
And we didn't even get to see the sludge, though. It was dried. It was dried up. The sludge is dried up.
We just got those add water to and pray meals. Like, what the fuck?
Why are you doing this? Leave this movie alone.
Because this movie gave me these.
You know what? I'm officially now going to vouch for this movie.
Someone needs to. It would be bad if we were just harboring. I mean, like, people like it because on Mild, when you checked it, it said it was at like a 7.
Yeah, it was at a 7. And see, that's what I'm saying. I think this movie was not made for the likes of you and me, sir. It was made for people that know the source material.
Because I'm pretty sure I would not have no doubts that Blame the manga probably has a lot, like goes way more in depth in this movie. And if that is the case, I would be interested in reading it if I wasn't reading a million different things right now.
I agree. But even if that was the case, they still could have done so much better.
So much better. Even if you had to split something up into part 1 and part 2. Also, I would have felt like it would have been better if we got to see what's his name at the beginning of his journey, if he is in fact human. If he is not human, then that's different. But if he is human, I would have liked to have seen, it would have been, if we're following, because it seems like he's supposed to be the main character, at least, quote unquote, but we don't focus on him a lot or even get like his like internal dialogue. And I feel like that'd be a lot more interesting to see the story from his perspective instead of like,
I mean, but he wasn't like really characters talking a lot. So what dialogue would you get?
I'm talking about his internal, not like necessarily.
Like just in case he was one of those type of persons, I get okay.
Yeah, cause, I mean that's what it seemed like. Because he like, I know all this shit, and none of y'all know nothing. So I mean, I feel like his internal dialogue probably would have been cool. But like, again, I guess that wasn't like the vision of the movie was supposed to be like, who is this weird, mysterious stranger? Oh, he got shit that's not sludge and a gun that shoots fucking beams,
lasers.
That I feel like if robots, if these robots were even slightly intelligent, would be like, every time we see that, we need to go and kill him.
he's a kill on sight target.
Exactly. Like what the like?
Well, really, they were all kill on sight targets. So I mean, what do you mean? But I think the reason they probably didn't kill him because once again he's a safeguard. But yeah, no, we rewriting all the programs now. Like no, he's an enemy. He gotta die.
Probably. I mean, also that also brings up a good point. Like, I mean, I feel like if they wanted to allude to the point that he might be a safeguard, that other safeguard could have talked or something. They didn't.
I mean, well, the other ones don't. The advanced one did, and that's what we're saying. See, that's
I'm saying when they encountered, when they were fighting, did they say did it say words? Because
yes, I don't remember speaking. That. It was speaking. It was talking. Well, it spoke protocols for the most part, and it did say some sentences here and there.
I just feel like if there was advanced safeguard on advanced safeguard crime, it would have been like your malfunction. We need to delete you or some shit. But it doesn't say that.
It was. She said something along the lines. Now, I feel you. That would have been more code. I feel that.
But that would have made it more interesting. I'd be like, oh.
But she said, I think the word she used was, your body is stolen. And that's what she said. She said your body is stolen from the safeguard. So, like you said, it makes it assume, like you said, maybe he was a human at first, something like that.
The way I was thinking, and I would have loved if we could have got more allusion to this, is that the advanced safeguards, if that's what they are like cyborgs. Like they were human parts. They were like they were created to do what old girl did and go into areas with contagion humans and exterminate them because they look like them. You know, like basically it's like, oh, our regular robots, which are scary as shit, somehow keep dying. So we're gonna make these
super soldiers.
Yeah, these super soldiers basically that can go in and take out large groups of humans, basically. And stuff like that. But that doesn't. If that is the case, I would have liked to have seen that kind of alluded to, but they don't talk about that either. Again, so much potential. All
I'm saying is, any more than one of the motherfuckers, they're not making it out of there.
Oh no, exactly not. Especially if they equip like here he is, fucking beam lasers.
Shit, the one Kyrie was fighting was more equipped out than him.
Sure, she had that
thing.
She had shit that could reflect beam lasers. She could slice you up with, I don't know what the fuck it was, but
her laser was bigger than his laser.
It was until the end.
Yeah. And then this entire movie, Kyrie is popping these drugs. We don't know what they are, but he's just popping them throughout the movie.
Too. I would have loved if one of them inquisitive ass motherfuckers was just like, "What is that? What you doing?" Why?
He's just steadily popping these syringes throughout the movie.
They're not curious enough for me. That is probably my biggest gripe about this, is that this man came out of nowhere and they're not asking him 50 million different questions. Because that'd be me. Because I'd be trying to figure out who you are.
Where did you come from?
Who your people is. Why you doing everything. Because as far as I know, you are an anomaly. We were the humans. Where the fuck did you come from? I get that this is an ever-expanding city, and it could be possible that there are other humans here. But until today, That was not a,
that was
that was
not a
not the case.
possibility. And now you're telling me you popped up by yourself, my guy. You're not even with other people. You're alone.
You have this weapon. You have this weapon we've never seen before. You can fight. You can fight safeguards without the suits that we wear specifically to fight safeguards. Also, something I just wanted to point out because it came to my head. Fall damage does not exist in this movie.
No, they was jumping everywhere.
The girl in the beginning of the film fell like, I don't know, 5-6 stories.
They were jumping everywhere.
Had a sprained ankle for like a minute and then was running completely, not even a minute, maybe like 30 seconds, and then ran completely fine.
One thing I did not like about this movie, I will say, everybody tripping everywhere.
I hate when people trip over nothing.
It was like a constant, almost like a thing for the movie. Damn it!
They were playing Smash Brothers Brawl. I think
it was Brawl. Yeah, when the trip mechanics, was in.
And that was somebody. The builders put that in their DNA. I know they did.
It was crazy. Just everybody's tripping. And then don't even get me started on this one guy at the. What was this? What was that? What was at the? We're at the end of the movie. No. We're at the middle of the movie. We're running away from the factory. This is when we're trying to escape the factory.
Mm-hmm.
This is one guy. He got fucked up in the leg by one of the safeguards. They know they caught his ass. But he wasn't. He still lived. So they helping him. Trying to escape and stuff. He's just like, oh, just leave me. I'm done for. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just walk. The car is literally right here. Like, walk, my guy. Like, what are we doing? Get your dramatic ass.
Oh, that part, that's a good thing. But like that, because you reminded me of something that I did not like in the factory setting. The girl, the scientist, she makes herself a beam that can basically shoot the barrier line or whatever, and she stops like basically a horde of robots from like attacking them because they were running. And she's like, "You only got 30 seconds. Get a move on." And they looking at this shit dumb. I'm like, y'all been running for these the entire movie. Why are y'all just taking y'all leisure now?
This is the same thing I said. I was like, did y'all not just hear what she said? Not only did she said, you got 30 seconds, my G. First of all, why are we already not running before she even came? But now that she did pull up and save our lives, why are we not running even more now?
I was like, get a track stars. Come on.
I would have got little.
But that's all you need to say to me. Oh, they can't chase me no more. Bet. Let's get as much distance.
Gone.
They didn't want to live. I told you they don't want to.
Oh no, we know they didn't want to live. AKA that one guy who said, "Leave me here." We know they didn't want to live.
It was done. I can't blame him. If I was eating sludge too, I'd be out.
He said, "Leave me."
Leave me.
My boy, 10 steps away from safety. Leave me.
Tell the baddies in the village I went out like a G. That's it right there.
I really thought he was about to do a valiant sacrifice for a second.
Just start headshot. Also, something that is crazy, just in terms of the film, I say the robots are should be deadlier than they are, but like they work off zombie rules, which I just think is very interesting. Like you cap them in their head, they're dead. Supposedly.
I mean, it's a robot at the same time, though. So
it's just funny to me because in the factory, when they were in the factory, a girl almost like got hit by. It's like she shot one and she thought it was dead, and it almost like killed her again. Somebody came and like shot it before it hit her.
Yeah,
and I was like, y'all double tap, motherfucking double tap.
Always.
Especially with these things, like God, it is a mechanized being.
I don't care how much ammo I got. I'm two-tapping all these.
I'm about to say that. I'll say they don't have a heart.
Unless I'm constantly on the move, I'm two-tapping all of these motherfuckers.
I was like, they don't have a heart. They don't work like normal humans. They got circuitry, not veins. And you better make sure they don't auto repair or some shit. Shoot them.
Gotta make sure they're dead. Gots to. But
Man,
I mean, for me, like I said, the intro fire. That's what really pulled me in. But then, like I said, you get to the meat of the movie, which was basically nothing. And then you get to the end, and you're like, oh, okay. Well, at least the ending is pretty decent for the most part.
It looks good. It was high octane. at least it ended on that. But the thing is, it leaves you with a lot of questions. And that's a problem I think for me mostly is that the slow parts of the movie are just not interesting.
No, not at all. They weren't at all.
They are just there, and it feels like they're there to pad the time in between action, and that's not a good movie. I don't know how. I really don't know how people gave it a 7. I'm assuming it's based on what you said. They had to have known about the source material, and based on people who know more, this is a more acceptable film. But for someone who does not know anything about it, it's not an interesting movie. I didn't care about any of the characters. Like,
yeah,
I
second that motion. I second that motion.
And like this is, and that's like the biggest thing because like when the advanced safeguard showed up at the village, I should care that Pops lost an arm or a leg. It was like he lost an arm and a leg, I think, or something like that, and then some kid died or whatever. I was like, I should care about this, but at the end of the day, what I'm just like,
I mean, she got a gruesome death too. She got crushed.
Yeah, it was bad, and I still was like, okay,
that's that.
Sorry to that girl.
I bet you didn't feel nothing either when everybody was just getting blown up.
No, I was like, this looks dope.
She was sniping motherfuckers,
sniping the shit out of people. I will say I like how Kiri came in and started fighting. Also, that was when she first revealed herself. The scientists and Kiri are going down to the thing, and they look up and they see the shit. And the scientist is like, "I'm gonna still go." And Kiri doesn't even run up the stairs. She just turns around and starts walking. I'm like, if you don't start moving your ass,
she sped it up a little bit.
No, I was talking about him.
Oh, him.
He just was like, I'm going to just take this leisurely stroll.
I mean, well, no, that was about as fast as we saw Kiri move that whole movie now.
That's just a problem. What makes him run? I don't get it.
That was basically a run for him.
I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy, but yes, the humans survive at the end. They make it to the the bandit levels, and they just pretty much live the rest of their lives in peace, from what we saw so far.
Yeah, because it seems like they had a large supply of that instant. Like I said, the wet and pray meals or whatever the fuck I called it before. But like, I just so much potential.
And then Kiri is just still out there
somewhere,
looking for the gene.
Looking for the techno-organic gene, whatever it's called. In the hopes of one day stop the builders. I just want to know, like, if we stop the building, does that stop the safeguards? Do we get to unbuild? What does the rest of the world look like? Are we sure we want to stop?
No, the ecosystem of the world is probably fucked. Like, outside is probably fucked.
Like, is there a reason to keep going at this point?
Outside is probably fucked.
I know the human spirit is indomitable, but god damn it, like,
unless they just didn't get that far. But whatever area they're in is more than likely fucked up. More than likely, that ecosystem got to be fucked up. At least the area that they're in.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like,
it'd be very interesting to see if they're like humans at the top of the city that are living in luxury or something.
That's the thing. The setting is so interesting. It makes you wonder.
So interesting.
It makes you wonder. So if there was so I got two last questions. If there was a Blame 2, would you watch it?
No. The premise is strong. So strong.
I think I give it a try.
You think you would give it a try? I don't know.
I give it a try.
Like, how far in the film?
How far?
Like, if it's like if because granted, like, okay,
25 minutes.
25 minutes. Okay, that's fair. I could see 25 minutes. I don't know.
They have 25 minutes.
For me, it just the world is so cool, but also at the same time, like, if you're gonna fill it with just cardboard, it's just a cardboard filled world.
I give it another shot.
I don't think I could do it. Like, unless someone says to me, "Hey Jay, you should really check out Blame 2. They outdid themselves with this. They fixed all the issues." Then I don't think I'd do it, because I'd just be like, the first one left such a bad taste in my mouth.
Okay, and since you have such the negative feeling towards the movie, at the end of the movie, the main character, she asks Pops, "Am I to blame for all this?" Basically, was she to blame for all this? Was she
I,
indeed to blame for all of
I
this?
I forgot about that part. I rolled my eyes so hard at that. I was like, "This is how we name drop the movie." God damn it. Do I think she was to blame all of this? Yes, absolutely. People should not be touching shit they shouldn't be touching. And if she did not go out that day, a lot of we probably wouldn't have got all those people that died and a whole bunch of other shit. But at the same time, I guess you could say they wouldn't have got all the wet and prey meals either that potentially kept them alive. I potentially because again, it's not like the advanced safeguards could not come back and fuck with them again from basically.
You right. There's nothing really truly stopping them from going back and fucking with them.
And if I don't know, so like this is also an interesting thing, and this is what I wanted to answer on. Are the robots a hive mind? Because if they are,
I would assume so. By the way,
how they acted, right?
By how they acted, and I think what they called it,
the towers or whatever.
Not the towers, the little thing. Old girl, the robot scientist saw when she was diving into the network. The defender. I can't even remember what the hell they called that thing. Yeah. It don't even matter. It was
my thing is, if that is the case, if an advanced safeguard can just walk through the barrier, no problem. Y'all need to move, and if y'all need to move, the whole point of this movie, the whole point of y'all being like safe technically by the end is null and void. Because
I mean, well, yes, but I guess the safeguards didn't know that at the time, though. I guess,
but I'm saying now they do,
which is why they moved. So what are you talking about?
Did they move?
They did.
Oh, okay.
What are we doing here?
I didn't remember. See, this is how much I don't care.
What are we doing here?
I didn't remember they moved.
Yes, they moved. Remember, they went to the abandoned levels and lived their life.
That's right.
He left after.
He left.
We even got to 2 generations later.
Quote unquote. Is it? And you have to eat sludge. Is anything happily ever after?
I mean, well, we don't know if there was eating sludge now. They didn't say all that. All right.
True. We don't know if the other generations were eating sludge. I just feel like them wet and prey meals had to diminish by the time 2 generations. 2? And everything's still good? I don't know about that one, homie.
I mean, they look, non-biodegradable. So hopefully they last.
Get some ramen packs up in there. That's what they needed. God damn it.
They might have made it. They might have made it. So I mean, well, listen. Or I guess final thoughts here. If they come out with a blame to, I think I'll give it a chance. 25 minutes is what they have. For
and
me.
I will wait for Ace to tell me if it's good or not. If they come out with a blame to.
Okay. So we have to do this. So what would you rate it?
4.5. The reason I say that is because, like, technically, a 5 for me is like it's a movie. It's not bad. It's not good.
I mean,
they dropped the ball on a lot here. They did. Me, but they are enjoyable. But like I've said, but like we were saying, actually, the action parts, like the beginning and like the end, are good. The problem is this is nearly a 2-hour movie. If the middle is the majority of the movie, that does not make up for the beginning and the end cannot make up for all of that time. I'm so sorry.
No, it cannot. But that's the only reason why I'm gonna give it a 5 though. Basically because of the reason why you said we can't give it to it, but I'm gonna give it to it because of those reasons. The 5, because of the intro and the ending for me, and because of the setting. I just like the setting so much, but I can't go no higher than a 5.
That's fair. That's why I said 4.5. It's like I just feel like if some of the middle was a little bit more enjoyable, then I'd give it a 5.
And that's what I'm saying, because like after the intro was just so well done, I was like, okay, this seems like it's gonna be pretty damn decent. But then after we get past the very beginning part, it's just like, well, damn, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're at the factory. Okay, cool. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, it's the comments. Cool. Damn, that was it. Damn, it felt like, what the fuck just happened this past 2 hours? What did I just watch? Did I enjoy that? I feel like I did.
And for me, if I have to ask myself that question during the film, it's not a good film.
I mean, I asked it after the film.
I was asking during. I was like, what
I guess. I mean, like I said, it was just so much stuff going. I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, a 5 for me. Like you said, none of the characters were really likable. I think the one good thing I am going to take away from this video, from this movie, though, I don't know if I said this before or not, is Curious theme music.
I will say the score or the soundtrack was, I think, fit very well, and that is a very good thing.
And I'm going to end it off that note right there. Curious theme music.
That's fair. The only thing I can end off on, very strong premise, but you don't go to a film to only watch a premise.
No, I agree.
That's all I can really say, is that you can feel the world with a lot of interesting things, but the thing is, if the stuff that's interacting with those things aren't interesting, it's gonna fall flat, and that's it's just a disappointment. And that's all I can say for the movie as a whole, is that it left me slightly disappointed.
I don't get 50 minutes of this shit.
I told you before we recorded, I can rant. I told you.
Oh man.
If I can praise, I can rant.
Man.
And I did it.
Man.
This is the record. This is
Well, I really have nothing else to say. Like you said, this was really just, it was a movie for the most part. Yeah, like I said, I didn't hate it, but I really didn't enjoy it either. It was just there. If it does get another one, like I said, they got 25 minutes for me for a blame to, and that's it. That's all. That's all I'm willing to give. I would not sit and watch that whole entire movie if it's not good past the first 25 minutes. Just can't do it. Mm-hmm. No matter how good that damn intro is, I would not sit through another long, basically 1 hour middle part just to get to a good climax for nothing. I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, with that being said, McMillian, my friend, go ahead and take us on out of here.
All right, guys. As always, appreciate you for watching this / listening. If you have seen this film and or read the source material, please let us know your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you are listening to this on any of the audio onlys, hit us up on our social medias. Let us know what you thought. As always, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz helps us grow. If you're listening to us on a podcast platform, please consider sharing it with your friends, as well as giving it a good review. Helps us grow in that regard. If you'd like to stay up to date on all things about the council, please consider following us on social media. That is at Gurren Otakus on Twitter and at Gurren Otaku Council on everything else. With all that being said, guys, appreciate you for watching / listening. This is the Gurren Otaku Council saying, meeting adjourned. Peace.